You said without America we'd all be speaking German. Right. Well, without us, you'd be speaking English with a much worse accent, and wearing a wig. Actually, you already do that one. Look, the point is, we invented queuing, democracy, and passive aggression. You're welcome. Enormously. Thank you very much.
6 years. 6 years of my life I gave to this party. 6 years of absolutely terrible sandwiches at constituency meetings. I was told it couldn't be done, that we were finished, that no one would ever vote for us again. And then we got a massive landslide majority, and I still somehow ended up here, being asked to leave. Remarkable, really. I have genuinely no idea how I managed that, but here we are. The parliamentary party has spoken, loudly, using a lot of quite rude language, some of it in writing. I accept that, gracefully, very gracefully. Look how graceful I am being right now. This is peak grace. Every single decision I made, every one, I made for this country, not for myself. I don't even particularly like being on television. I find this lectern slightly too short. These are the sacrifices I have made. So, I will be resigning as leader of the Labour Party. I rang the King this morning. He seemed fine about it, didn't ask many questions. I think he was having breakfast. The National Executive Committee will sort out the timetable. Nominations open in July. Someone else's problem after that. And when I leave Downing Street, I shall spend more time with my family, my wife, who has been absolutely brilliant and definitely deserved better than this, and my children, who I love enormously, and who I am fairly confident will not resign from me. Small mercies. Right, that's it then. Thank you very much. I'm going home. I need a biscuit.
Today I am resigning as a Member of Parliament, which means I have to stand for election again to become a Member of Parliament. I have thought about this very carefully, for about 20 minutes, over a Wetherspoon's breakfast. The people of Clacton deserve a choice, and that choice is me, again. This is not about ego. I cannot stress that enough. This is about the people, ordinary people, who frankly all agree with me. I will fight. I will win. I will then probably do this again in 6 months. Revolution starts here, right after I find my lanyard.
I keep saying it. Nobody listens. I say it very clearly. Stop the fighting. Very simple. I said it to Biden. He just stared at me like a golden retriever that's lost its ball. He gave them everything. Tanks, missiles, the good cutlery probably. And did anyone say thank you? No, I sell them things properly, at a fair price, a good price, a beautiful price actually, but that's not even the point. The point is the dying. Every month. Thousands just gone. They wave goodbye to their mums. Both sides, Russian mums, Ukrainian mums, all the mums. Very sad. And meanwhile, where is this happening? Over there, miles away, across an ocean, 2 oceans if you count carefully, which I do. It's not our war. It was never our war. But I watch it on television and I think someone should do something. And then I remember that someone is me, which is exhausting. Right, so football, soccer, whatever you people call it, I call it the kicky ball game, and I think that's very accurate, very descriptive. Nobody describes things better than me. Ask anyone. So they asked me about the red card situation, and I said, I know about this, I know about sports. I was a tremendous athlete, tremendous. My golf handicap is, look, it's very low, very low. So I watched the game last night, Mexico and England, 2 countries, both of them foreign. And I'm watching and I'm thinking, this is actually incredible. This is like a Super Bowl, but with more running and less padding, which frankly seems dangerous. These men need padding. And I called Johnny. You all know Johnny. Great guy, tremendous guy, very round. And I said, Johnny, this red card business, explain it to me. And he did. And I said, that's outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous because our player, great player, one of our best, he and another player, they ran into each other full speed. 2 big athletic men just bonk like bumper cars. And the referee, or very suspect, this referee, very suspect. I have paperwork. This referee holds up a little red card. I didn't know what a red card meant. I assumed it was like a gift card, a nice gesture. But no, apparently it means you can't play in the next game. A game that hasn't even happened yet. You're punishing someone for a game that is entirely theoretical, that is, legally speaking, time travel. And they won't show the replay in slow motion. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Apparently, if you slow it down, you can see things, hands, feet, elbows, all sorts. So they don't slow it down, because if they slow it down, suddenly it looks much worse than it was, which means the whole thing is basically a magic trick. Fast motion, two lads having a cuddle, slow motion, absolute carnage. This is science. So I called FIFA. I asked for a review, and people are saying, can a president do that? Can he just phone FIFA? And the answer is yes. Yes, he can. Because I got the World Cup here in the first place. Me, not Biden. Biden was asleep. Biden was asleep during the entire World Cup bidding process, and probably during several actual World Cups. Johnny tells me 50, 60 million people watched last night. 50 million for soccer in America. That is, and I don't use this word lightly, a miracle, a sports miracle. And I said, Johnny, you know who deserves credit for this? And he said, yes. And I appreciated that. Kane is a great player, by the way. Harry Kane, I've played golf with him. He's good. Not as good as me, obviously, but good, very solid short game. Anyway, the point is, the red card was wrong. The referee is suspect. The slow motion replay proves everything and also proves nothing because they banned it. And 50 million Americans watched a game last night that they weren't sure they liked, and I made all of that happen. You're welcome, football.
Right, good evening everyone. I've prepared a speech. It's quite long, bear with me. Basically, I'm brilliant. That's the main thrust of it. Obviously I have to dress it up a bit. Talk about unity, healing, the nation, that sort of thing. I've been practicing in the mirror since about 4:30. The key word tonight is together. I say it 11 times. I counted. Look at these people. They're loving it. Good. Because I need witnesses. I am formally announcing to this room that I am better at this than Keir. I'm not saying it out loud, obviously, but I am absolutely thinking it, very loudly. Place before party. That's my line. I came up with that in the car. Trademark pending. Anyway, the point is, watch this space, Starmer. Watch this space.